retail, since morning we've been hearing all these, stuff about data, backend, cloud, and all those things. But also one has to understand that, retail typically happens at the store level. And at a store level, there are two important matrices that, typically work for retail. One is obviously the cost per square feet, and also the second one is revenue, per square feet. I think that's the two important matrices that retail always works with. And as long as these two are taken care of, I guess retail as a industry, is kind of there, and they are always poised to, kind of grow. The other thing, and the most important thing also, is that India is one of the, rather the only, I would say, economies in the world currently growing. So the whole action is obviously here. And also in terms of, the industry growing at about a CAGR of about 13-14%, $998 billion, dollars per annum, and set to grow at least at this percentage over the next maybe about 5-6 years more. I think, we from TVS Electronics are very, very proud to partner along with most of the retail chains out here that are currently operating in India. We also have some, footsteps outside of India, but we'll kind of get to that later. So TVS Electronics is a 4-decade-old company. We are, okay, so we are basically a Make in India, manufacturer. And TVS, again, if I were to take the acronym, and some of the most, thing about us is that trust, value, and service is what we actually bring to the table. And I think it's important, that when we talk about retail as an industry and, customer service more so, these three words play a long role in bringing back that particular customer back to the store. And a lot of our offerings today that we actually bring it onto the table helps the retail chains move forward in their business, and it kind of also helps them grow the business and get their top line up. We have about, we have three core businesses within our system today. One is the products and solutions group, where we have hardware and we also deal with software, which are, these products actually boost, business efficiency and productivity. Also, we have customer service, services. Now, these customer support services are more into the post-warranty, and facility management and IT infrastructure services, etc., that is actually brought on board. And the last one is EMS. Definitely not the last, but definitely the last here, but at least not the least, because EMS is just about something that we have started very, very recently. This includes product design, development, and also end-to-end manufacturing, which of course covers sourcing, the PCBA, and also the BOG, and also in terms of getting the entire box, which kind of runs business in retail. So we position ourselves in the market as a single point solutions provider. And I think this is something that, I will dwell upon in the next slide. But before getting there, what we have realized is with retail, or for that matter, anybody else, when we talk about services being provided, is that everybody wants to, partner with one single entity and not, kind of diverse their offerings, etc., through everybody else. So you can have an RFID, vendor, you can have a software vendor, and you can have another vendor, and another vendor, and another vendor. But if there is a company which will actually provide all these services under one umbrella, and there are two companies like, TVS, the group has been there for the last about 115 years, and our company, we've been there for the last about 4 decades right now. I think, and when we bring back, trust, value, and service to the table, it's also important for us to, it's also important for retail to understand that we can synergize all that under one umbrella and offer it as a service, to the retail industry as such. So I'll kind of spend a few moments here. These are the service offerings that we currently bring to the table. Now, obviously, people understand that there is a box through which the billing, etc., is done, at the billing counter, and that has again been brought by a lot of companies. So obviously, we are also into that. But I think more importantly, what we also bring to the table is, we bring things like video analytics. So in terms of, customer demography, choices, what are they buying? What do they like? What do they see? How many customers walked in? How many actually bought? All those questions can be answered through video analytics. We also have something called TMS, Terminal Management System. Simply put, if you're a CIO or a IT manager sitting in, let's say, Bangalore, and with a retail chain, and one of the machines, let's say, conks in, I don't know, Dibrugarh, Assam, or Jharsuguda let's say, in Orissa, you get a beep on your system out here saying that thing is conked. And therefore, you go back and say, okay, how can I get this, repaired? Otherwise, typically, you have these things, people running around, printers not working, machines not working, all those issues happen. And then people lose valuable time. And you also lose customers at the store. And that's where the problem starts. So TMS is one such thing that actually brings in. Apart from that, of course, we have track and trace services. So we can trace the product right from the point that it leaves the factory until it reaches the customer. That entire supply chain can be tracked by us. And that's one service that we also provide. We also do edge shelf labeling, which is, again, controlled centrally by retail. And this eliminates, issues like margin not being passed on to customers and all those, things otherwise which crop up in a franchisee-led business typically. The control still lies with the principal company that is actually offering these services. So that's the other one that we do. And of course, we also offer robust billing software and hardware. And we also have the warranty and repair management services that we actually bring to the table right now. So all in all, if you look at it, SPSP is single point solutions provider. This list by no means is, I would say, complete. We keep adding services as and when we, kind of invent them either in-house or we get tie up with, a few other vendors, partners, but we are the front end. So TVS as a company stands responsible for each one of those activities or each one of those, services that we provide, irrespective of whether it comes from our stable or from a third-party vendor. Because these are all, we have tied up with people, there are NDAs in place, there are norms in place, and all those are kind of adhered to. So that's exactly why we position ourselves as a single point solutions provider. And for retail, you can be assured that, once it kind of comes to us, all your IT-related problems, billing problems, track and trace, products, your TMS, hardware, software, all of it becomes our problem, and then we will take care of it. We have of course, comprehensive hardware with us. So this is all touch POS systems, the usual stuff that is, used in any retail service. We also have tied up with Intel. So, simply put, we offer the power of Intel that Intel brings to the table, and of course, the reliability of TVS, kind of both put together. And as I said, we've been in the business for about 4 decades now, and as a group, we've been there for 115 years. So it's a long legacy. And obviously, I'm sure we have not majorly screwed up over the last 115 years, otherwise we wouldn't be standing here today. So I think that's kind of testimony to the fact that, as a group and also as a company, we always deliver to whatever we promise. Yeah, and this is a list of customers that we currently are, having. Just to give you some stats, food and apparel, the first two names that you see on top, the food and apparel sub-industry, these contributes to close to about 66% of India's retail. And we are there with, some of the top brands out there. If you add the next two, which is, in fact, the next three, which is healthcare, footwear, and departmental stores to the first two, that kind of comprehensively covers 91% of India's retail. So which effectively means that if you take 91% of India's retail business, we are actually there partnered with a lot of good companies and good brands. And we are by no means, I would still say we are dissatisfied. We obviously want this slide to get filled up and add another 10 more, slides to this, which we will be doing and which we are currently doing. But having said that, reliability is what we bring to the table. And I think once you put your, faith in us, we are kind of, you can be rest assured that, your two matrices are taken care of, cost per square feet and revenue per square feet. Yeah, and also service. Our footprint is close to, we've in fact covered all the districts in India. We have served customers in, we have served customers close to 200,000 plus. We also have, we've covered 19,000 pin codes in the country. All the 19,000 pin codes in the country are covered by us. So any place, any city, any town, any small town, tier 2, tier 3, you name it, we are there. And we will ensure that, that we spend, our complete effort is there and we kind of get business up and running wherever it is required. why choose us? As I said, we've been there for a long time now, 115, 120-year-old business conglomerate. And of course, our major focus continues to remain on retail. So do revert back to us with all your requirements, and rest assured that all your IT needs, infra needs, service needs, your other services that you all need, all that can be given to us, and we will take care of it completely. And you just ensure that and we will help you deliver your 2 big matrices of retail: cost per square feet, and of course revenue per square feet. Thank you very much.